So yesterday we had a good discussion about Vishwaroopam. So what were you discussing about Vishwaroopam? First thing which Arjuna sees, Krishna in this gigantic form with thousands of hands, thousands of heads. And first he is like, wow, amazing sight. And then he is slowly getting frightened. So as we explained, what does this 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes and 1,000 heads represent? So 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes and 1,000 head, thousands represent us within Krishna. That is our own, all of our hands, thousands of hands, thousands of eyes, thousands of heads. That represents our own hands merging into Krishna. That means that when space between us is eliminated, all of us are separated by space. When the space is eliminated, our individual consciousness merges with the Krishna consciousness or the yogic state of consciousness. Right? So that is what is represented by all those 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes and 1,000 heads, all of that. Now that is the first part of the story. The first part, we are talking about space being eliminated. The second part which Arjuna sees is that, what you remember, what is the second part? Second part, what Arjuna sees is all these warriors, thousands of warriors assembled around him is being devoured by Krishna, is going into Krishna's mouth. Right? One by one, tuck, 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 tuck. And his Krishna's teeth is crushing their heads and all that. My God, it is like horrifying. Asta is already looking, my God, I don't want to get this tree. Right? All those thousands of warriors being crushed by Krishna's teeth and going inside Krishna's mouth. Now what does that represent? It is a very horrifying thing, right? And what does that represent? That represents time. Right? So it is like fast forwarding time. So if you fast forward time, all these warriors are going to be killed or eventually die. Right? So what Arjuna is seeing is a fast forward of that time. So when you fast forward time, all the warriors are being killed or they are dying slowly. But it is being fast forward. So when you're being fast forwarding the whole, it's like a movie, right? If you fast forward the movie, some people do Ashtanga yoga and take a video and fast forward it for Instagram, right? So fast forward. So when you fast forward it, it is like a horrific scene. Everybody is being killed. So Krishna also represents time. And all these people, all of us will be eventually absorbed into that universal consciousness or Krishna consciousness. So Vishwarupa represents two things. One is space and the other one is time. Space and time. Now our scientists have been, thinking about space and time, Einstein, relativity theory, string theory, all of those things. And what are they talking about? Space, time, continuum. Right? Any physical reality can be expressed by space and time. Space in the sense you can, so any object around you can be defined by, their location in space. It is forward, backward, left, right, up, down. Right? So 3 dimensions of space, and then time also, right, when it happened. So that is the 4 dimensions, 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. This is what is represented by space-time continuum, and scientists are still evaluating. They are even thinking about parallel universe, multiple universes just like us. Just imagine someone like Gitu is sitting in some other universe, or someone like Asta sitting in some other universe, but totally behaving totally different. Huh? Not even doing yoga. Just imagine. These are all concepts which the science is coming up with. But this was explained thousands of years back in Vishwaroopam. And what that thing is, or Vishwarupa is representing, is the merging of space and time, merging of all our consciousness into Krishna consciousness. And everything around us is being done by the Krishna consciousness. And that is what Krishna is saying. I am the one who is giving you life. I am the one who is taking your life. I am creating you, I am killing you. So Arjuna, you are not the one who is going to kill all these warriors. I am killing all these warriors. You are just my tool. Right? It is like a deep philosophy, deep science actually. But over so many years, we lost the scientific interpretation of Vishwarupa. Now we think, oh, God has got 1,000 heads. God has got 1,000 hands. This is God. Right? And God's 1,000 heads and 1,000 hands are our own heads. Asta, Gitu, me, Silja, all of our heads together is thousands of heads for God. Right? So that state of consciousness is what we are trying to achieve. Once we reach that state of consciousness, time is no longer relevant. All of us become immortal. You achieve the state of immortality. You achieve moksha. Right? So this is what we are trying to achieve with yoga. The practice of yoga helps you achieve immortality or moksha. When we say all of this, this is what we are aiming for.